pronouns are it and they.
I beg your pardon?
So I want to make sure that we abide by the new YouTube policies, whatever gender identity they identify as, we have to call them that, and that wasn't it. You heard it say my pronouns are it.
She does indeed look like an it. The only pronouns I support, it and thing.
Give me the hard questions. What's up? LGBTQ. Yep, what about it?
What is your stance on LGBTQ?
This is controversial for me to say, but I'm going to tell you what I think. I believe that transgenderism specifically is a mental health disorder. I believe it's a mental health condition. We have to have open conversation in this country. But I don't think the compassionate thing to do. What?
It's how they fucking feel.
Walk out angry and throw tantrums instead of talking it through, helping him understand your points and seeing why he thinks the way he thinks. Average wannabe woke behavior.
That's how they feel. And you know what? I'll tell you a story. I met two young women in this race about 6 months ago. They're in their 20s now. Both of them had their breasts cut off. One of them had her uterus removed. They're in their 20s. They regret that decision. One of them wants to have kids. She'll never have kids. The other one will never breastfeed her children. They'll never be the same because they had that done to them when they were teenagers. That is not compassion. That is cruelty. So my view is this: if you're an adult, you're free to live your life however you want as long as you're not hurting somebody else. If you're a man, you can dress how you want. If you're a woman, you can dress how you want. Identify how you want. We're a free country and I'm not going to stop you. But kids are not the same as adults. And we have to protect our children.
It's true. We're not going to throw kids off buildings because they want to be a superhero. We're not going to let a 10-year-old wander the streets alone to stop crime because he likes Batman and wants to be Batman.
A white man is identifying as a lesbian woman of color, and people are upset about it.
Councilperson Ryan Webb announced publicly on social media that he now identifies as a lesbian woman of color. If he were serious, I'd sing his praises. But instead, I know better.
In none of my jobs in the last 21 years, and that is many, many jobs, would I have been permitted to mock and disrespect my customers.
Here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the f*** up.
And if that were true, we would all be proud of you, and no one would be denying your right to do such things and to identify by your heritage. But your open mockery of these communities is insane.
In order to demand for the resignation of Ryan Webb. The posts Mr. Webb made on April 12th were offensive on many levels.
After hearing these complaints, Ryan Webb responded.
I'm being dead serious. You don't get to question me. You do not get to require proof from me. You were part of the movement to help establish these rules and set the bar.
Touché, Councilman. Touché.
I'm an 8-year military veteran. I'm a college student. I'm a black woman. And I believe that white privilege fucking exists.
You served in the military. You've made good choices. You're getting rewarded for them. You're going to live in the American middle class. What privilege do I have that you don't have that is based on skin color, not on wealth or socioeconomic status? Name one thing that you can't do that I can do.
I don't know. I can't make a whole fucking dollar.
What? You can't? Why?
Oh my God. There's so many different ways they sell you oppression, and she has purchased all of them today. So right now we are on sexism, right? So she's saying that I can't make a full dollar. Yes, you can.
What frustrates me is you served our country, which deserves to be applauded. And you have lived a life of a victor, and you have the gumption to tell me you're a victim without evidence. You were not able to cite one thing that you cannot do that I can do.
So you're actually the reason why people like us can't do well, because they've sold you our oppression and you bought it. Blacks were doing better under the Jim Crow era.
If you acknowledge the oppression of other people, we can heal from it.
No, we
but
can't.
If you want to ignore it, we won't have anything happen.
That's not how this works. Dialogue and acknowledging things doesn't make us suddenly rich.
He tried to be nice as well, applauded her and all, but it's difficult to change the mind of a wannabe victim. She's clearly doing better than most Americans too.
We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice to the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
This ideology is so stupid to begin with. Paid more from what? Money that gets pulled out of their ass? I don't get it. How can they get paid more when there's not near enough money to distribute?
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police!
Is there a white slur you'd be offended to be called?
No. That's stupid. It doesn't exist. It's not. Reverse racism is not real.
Oh, wow.
Anyone who says that is just like trying to like create like an equivalency that doesn't exist. Because like nothing you could call me would be rooted in this like enslavement of white people.
Damn. Reverse racism. She calls it racism, then proceeds to say it's not real. IQ doesn't even touch 60 for her. Also, why does racism need to have something to do with slavery for it to be racist? Complete idiot roaming the streets.
The world is the enemy of God. You have enmity between you and God. Unless you accept Jesus Christ
What the hell is even that?
as your personal Lord and Savior, you are God's enemy. And all God's enemies are rejected. They're cast out to outer darkness where they'll be weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. You see how calm and peaceful and loving I am? You see how angry you are? You know why you're angry? I am black. I am black. I am black. Why is he racist? You fucking bigot. What does racist mean? You guys need to go get dictionaries. I'm angry?
Do something else.
Well, I'm trying to save your life. If you die, you're gonna go to hell.
You're not Jesus.
Oh, scary. Oh, shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
I'm trying to save your life.
You're not Jesus, black people. You're not.
I do.
Jesus Christ.
Average behavior of that type of community. Throwing tantrums dressed like an idiot and screaming instead of debating.
Hi guys, so you're having some aneurysms over here. When does a baby stop being a parasite, like she said? I know you were listening to the conversation. When does a baby stop being a parasite and then turns into a baby that's worth protecting?
Ask her. She's a biology major.
Oh, so am I. Okay, perfect.
I would say probably when the child is actually fully born. Modern medicine has been able to, we can give birth to children who are, premature, and modern medicine has been able to keep them alive, but naturally, they are not able to stay alive without that mother until their first breath.
Okay, so as a biology major, which I graduated with a biology degree, would you agree with the notion that an unborn baby is a parasite?
Yes, it's a parasitic.
What class are you taking that's telling you that?
Literally pathophysiology.
Is telling you that a baby is a parasite.
It acts as a parasitic animal.
It doesn't. Do you know the definition of a parasite?
Yes, explain it to me.
What is the definition of a parasite?
A parasite is something that lives inside of a host that has to feed off of that host.
And kills it. It's not a symbiotic relationship.
Not necessarily.
Yes, that's the definition of a parasite. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It lives off of the host. It's a parasite. It kills the host.
Thank you.
So you guys think that the baby is killing the mother?
It does in some cases, yes.
Okay, so at what point, so you think it has to pass through the birth canal and take the first breath to not be considered a parasite?
Yes, because at that point it no longer needs the mother.
That woman in red is an idiot. These people only care about their babies until they're born. And then, when either the mother dies or has complications, or the kid gets sent into care, or nobody cares for them, then their feelings don't matter anymore. They only mattered when they were still inside the stomach where they couldn't feel anything.